Welcome to the Eddy Life Podcast 310. We are actually, for my first time, we are in Hualien, and we couldn't come to Hualien without visiting the bride guy, Derek.
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you finally.
Yes. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. I had some of your food, and it's fantastic, man. I love it.
Great, thank you very much.
So maybe let's start with, everybody always likes, what brought you to Taiwan. So we usually start with that, and then we'll go from there. So originally coming to Taiwan, what was the plan?
Oh yeah, okay. So this is like you say, it's a story that everybody always asks you, right? Mm-hmm. And I think my story is probably similar to many people's story. Like, you want to come to Taiwan just to come and visit.
Yeah.
And then you fall in love with the place, and you end up staying. And I guess I'm going for 21 years right now.
I've met quite a few South Africans in Taiwan. Was there somebody before you that kind of came here and said, hey, you know what, from South Africa, Taiwan's a good spot? Or how did you kind of find out about it originally?
Yeah, so when I came, I was about 25 years old, and I was busy traveling the world.
Nice.
And actually my plan was to go to America.
America, yeah.
Not Taiwan,
Okay.
but my brother was here in Taiwan.
Gotcha.
And then he said, before you go to America, just stop here in Taiwan. And
Okay.
I'm like, Taiwan? Where?
What's that?
Where is it? What is it? Is it Thailand? Is it China? Where is it? I had no idea. Where Taiwan or what Taiwan even is. And I came to visit, and I thought, okay, I'll stay for a month or so.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how it happened. And then as soon as I got off the airplane, I kind of met the people, and it was so friendly. And I guess Taiwan just caught me.
I think that's funny. So your brother was here first.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Similar. When I came out here, I had a friend that came. He was in Taichung for a while. I was around 23. I thought I'm going to come out, check it out for a little bit, and then it's been I think 2002 anyway. So it's been, I don't know how many years that is.
Yeah, it's
22, 23. Long time, man. So what keeps you here now that you've been here for 20 years? Before we dive kind of deep into the food part.
Okay, what keeps me here are my family, basically. So I got married, have two children. One is 19 right now, and one is 16.
Oh, wow, okay.
So yeah, that's they keeping me here right now.
Beautiful.
And then I guess I'm settled.
Yeah.
I'm settled right now, and I don't really need to move or need to do any big changes or anything. So yeah, that's what keeps me here. And I live in a beautiful place, Hualien, as you can see.
Yeah, man. This is actually my first time, embarrassingly enough, to come to Hualien. I've heard so many good things about it, and now we're here. The downtown area is really cool. The beach side is really cool. It's really, it reminds me kind of like a small beach town. I enjoy it a lot. It's been good so far.
Yeah, it's definitely got a small beach town. Like my friends, whenever they come from Taipei and they come to visit Hualien, they all think, the pace is so slow. And I feel like I'm on holiday. And yeah, so whenever I go to Taipei, I just feel, it's so rushed.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny. Yeah, me too. We actually, a few years ago, went to visit a friend in Korea, and Seoul was like Taipei 10X, like rush-wise, and we were just like, whoa. It's kind of crazy, man. But obviously, we want to talk about your food. So let's start with, how did the idea for the Brai Guy start?
Okay, yeah. So when I came to Taiwan, obviously I think I did what most foreigners do, and that was teaching English.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And while I was teaching English, that was in Taipei, and I just had a craving for biltong. And I didn't know anybody who actually made biltong in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And I've made biltong in South Africa, and I used to sell biltong, and I used to provide like bars and pubs
in South Africa
as a side hustle.
Gotcha.
Not as a job. So I kind of knew how to make biltong. I brought my own spices from South Africa, and I made biltong. The first batch I made was a very small container.
Okay.
And as soon as that was made, my friends heard about it, and I mean, I didn't even have one whole piece for myself. I had to share with everybody, right?
That's awesome.
And then from then every winter I will make biltong, and I will try to make a little bit more, but the more I make, the more people want.
Yeah.
So I could just never make enough. And then,
sounds like a good business.
Yeah. So I'd never even thought of making it a business.
Okay.
Never even thought of making it a business. I had a cram school before that. And then, so this was all just hobby, just making it for myself. And then one day a friend he moved to Holland. I met a South African guy, and we're like, let's make a lot and see how it sells at Sapphafest.
Beautiful. Yes.
All right, so we made...
Sapphafest is the big South African festival. Gotcha.
Yes. So we made what we thought was a big batch.
Okay.
And we thought, okay, this is way too much. It's never going to sell out. But it sold out in about 2 hours.
Crazy.
And that's how we started.
The light bulb.
Yeah. Like, okay, listen, this is something that we can actually do, and we can actually make some money off it, and that's how it started. And then.
And how long ago was this Sapphafest where you guys started that big batch?
Oh, that was the first one. So that was maybe 5 years ago?
Okay.
Maybe as much as 6 years ago. I can't now remember. Yeah. But that's about how long? Yeah.
Gotcha.
5 or 6 years.
Okay. And so for the viewers that don't know what biltong is, because I actually didn't know until a couple years ago, and I'll tell you the story, but you tell me yours first. The biltong, for people that don't know what it is, tell us what that is.
Okay, so biltong is usually made from, not usually, mostly made from beef. And the way we make it, we will marinate it in spices.
Gotcha.
Usually there's salt, a lot of salt, pepper, coriander.
Like a dry rub sort of thing?
Dry rub.
Okay.
And then we also lay it in vinegar.
Okay.
So we spray the vinegar, have the dry rub on it, and then we lay it in that I do mine for 24 hours.
Okay.
People say you can do it for as little as 3 hours, but mine goes for 24 hours. And then after that, you have to just hang it up and air dry it.
Okay.
So there's no machines involved, anything. It's just air drying it. It's fans and you let it dry. I have some in there you can see later.
Yeah, we'll take some pictures and we'll put them on the video as well.
Okay.
Is there? So you must have to have some kind of space to do a big batch.
No, you have to hang it up because you hang each piece of meat up individually, and they cannot really touch each other. If they touch, say it's moldy.
Gotcha.
And in Taiwan, it's pretty.
It's humid, right? Is that
very
a challenge?
Humid. So it's a big challenge here. Yeah, you have to keep the humidity down. So you will see later in my room, I've got an air conditioner going full blast, almost 24 hours a day. I have the dehumidifier inside.
Gotcha.
And if one of those things back up, then the whole batch of meat will get moldy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where in South Africa, it's the weather is so dry.
Yeah.
We don't even need air conditionings. We
just
don't
hang
need
in your backyard.
People just hanging in the backyard. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, and then so your first product was biltong. Yeah, or where does the term braai fit into it?
Okay, the first product was biltong. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The first product was biltong, and then I wanted to make a thing called droewors, which translates to dried sausage.
Dried sausage.
Which is biltong in a sausage form.
Gotcha.
And for that, I had to buy a sausage making machine, obviously.
Yeah.
And when I bought the sausage making machine, I thought, you know what? How about just making fresh sausages as well? Because the biltong takes a long time from start to finish. It takes a little bit more than a week.
Okay.
To get it done.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I thought, okay, while I'm waiting this whole week for all this biltong to dry and stuff, I might as well just make some fresh sausage.
Yes.
And that goes on the braai.
Okay.
And braai means barbecue. In South
there
Africa.
It is. Okay. So gotcha. Okay.
The braai guy means basically barbecue.
The barbecue guy. Okay. And so you decided let's make fresh sausage because I guess you have to make it fresh and then dry it. Is that how the droewors?
The droewors is like we make it fresh. We actually just made a batch this morning.
Okay. Nice.
It's actually. Yeah, you could have seen that if you were here. You could have seen.
If I was here on time, yeah. Okay.
So we just made a batch this morning, so we make it fresh. So the ground beef will be marinated the night before.
Got it.
Got all the spices, mix it in, put it in the fridge, and leave it there overnight. And then we made it this morning. You stuff it in lamb casings.
Oh,
not
nice.
pork casing.
Okay.
It has to be lamb casing because pork casings will go rancid.
Oh. Interesting.
Lamb casings, and then we hang it up. And then from now, today is Thursday, I will take it down on Tuesday. And Tuesday it will be ready to sell. So Tuesday we'll take it down, pack it, and
Okay.
then ready to send out.
Okay. And so you have this location here. Do you have like people come here and have, sort of barbecue parties and stuff like? It looks like it's set up for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah, no?
don't. It's not part of the business, but
Okay.
it's part of what I like to do.
Got it. Yeah,
So I mentioned to you before that I've got a group of people coming here
Sure.
on Friday, and I will take them
That
out
sounds
river
great.
tracing.
Yeah.
And then after river tracing, they will all come here, and then we will have a big barbecue on here. And
That actually sounds good for like a corporate event or something for businesses, like you do like the river trace and kind of like, get the company out and the staff and everyone having a part. I don't know if you wanted
Yeah.
to kind of make that part of it. That sounds like a pretty cool idea.
It is. It's a good idea. I don't know if I want to do that every day and every weekend.
Yeah, sure. Of course,
it's something that Sorry, my phone is ringing.
No
Let's
problem,
get
man.
that
Do your
off.
thing.
It's something I will do maybe once a month or maybe twice a month.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's also something I like to do. If I don't have people here, I go river tracing by myself. And
Okay.
I will often just maybe barbecue by myself.
Nice. Okay.
So
okay.
if people can join me, it's always better.
Always fun. Beautiful. Okay. So you're doing your business. When did you realize, okay, I don't need to teach. I don't need to do anything else. I can do this as like my full-time gig.
Okay. This happened during COVID. So
Okay.
I had a cram school before this.
Got it.
I had my own school for I think 14 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
It's,
okay.
it's a long time, yeah.
Okay.
But I never felt like I really enjoy it.
Yeah?
It's teaching. So when I taught, I always thought, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to teach for somebody else.
Sure.
So I started my own school.
Your own thing.
And it went well. But then I also kind of started losing interest in that.
Sure.
And then I started doing this kind of on the side. Mm-hmm. And then COVID actually made my decision for me.
Got it.
Because when COVID hit the school system and we had to close our schools for a certain period of time, and we had to do online teaching, and it was kind of chaos.
Yeah.
So the government forced us to close our schools, and I just never opened again.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But also during that time, people were so stressed out about COVID and being quarantined and stuff.
Yeah.
They would just buy bulk.
I would
from me.
I was going to say, I would imagine that your business during COVID went up. The Bride Guy business.
That exploded.
Because you
Completely
can't go
exploded.
out,
Yes,
right?
yes,
People are
yes,
at
yes.
home. They don't know what to cook. You've got, if they could buy a stack of biltong and just kind of, like the last time, we're going to get some today, but the last time I got some, we went through it so fast.
Yeah.
And we love that. Like I like beef jerky a lot. And I was watching an interview, I believe it was a Joe Rogan interview. And I think he was interviewing Drickus du Plessis, and he was telling him about beef jerky. And Drickus told him that how much better biltong is. And so I was listening to that, and I said, I've heard of it. I think there is some kind of biltong in Taiwan. And I talked to my South African friends. They all recommended you. And I said, let's try it. And yeah, it is much better.
It's different.
I think it's...
I think
you tell me the difference. Yes,
I don't know really what is the difference, but my slogan actually on my biltong is "It's not jerky."
Okay.
Because
okay.
it's so difficult. If people ask me, "What do you make?" I say, "Well, I sell like dried meat." Oh, like jerky.
Yeah.
Everybody always thinks it's jerky.
Yeah.
It's very similar. I just think the way that it's made is different, and then
Got it.
obviously the spices and the flavor is different. Yeah.
I found the beef jerky is sometimes really sweet.
Yeah,
It
and I
seems
guess
to have a lot of over seasoning. It seems like, yeah.
Yeah, we don't use sugar. Some
Yeah.
people do use sugar in the biltong and stuff, but we don't use sugar, so it's very very salty. And actually, my biltong that I make here right now, I had to adjust the salt content for people in Taiwan.
Got it.
Because
Yeah.
when you live in South Africa, we eat a lot of salt.
Sure. Mexico is actually similar. Yeah.
Similar.
A lot of salt, a lot of meat. Yeah.
So the first time I made it, my South African friends, they loved it, but
Yeah.
any Taiwanese person who is like, oh no, it's too salty.
Yep.
So I had to kind of lower the salt content, and also even for me, because
Yeah.
I live in Taiwan for so long,
Yeah.
I also don't eat as much salt as I used to eat in South Africa.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to adjust that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And so the biltong started to go well. You started to do the sausage, drying the sausage, and now we'll actually have a link to your menu sort of below the video. But now you seem to have like a full out menu of almost all kinds of meats. It seems like there's steaks or something on there. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, so this happened like gradually.
Got it. Yeah, of course.
I would make beef sausage, what we call boerewors.
Yes.
And then people say, oh, but do you have pork? Because we don't eat beef. Okay, so let's make pork.
Yeah.
And then people say, do you sell lamb chops? No, well, let me find some lamb chops.
Yeah.
Okay, and I find some lamb chops. Do you sell this? Do you sell this? So people will ask, and then I thought,
it's kind of like based on demand. People are looking for this. I got this.
Yeah, and I also thought, there's people in Taiwan, they sell biltong, and then there are other people who sell sausages, and there are other people who sell braai meat.
Yeah, okay.
There's nobody that does everything.
All of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I decided to just, create a place, one stop, where they can get anything.
Gotcha.
If they want some. And most of the meats I get or I sell are meats that's very difficult to find. And not very difficult, but difficult to find in
the average
any
kind
shop.
of foreigner is not going to be going out, being able to find lamb chops, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of focused on those things. And then I started doing not only lamb chops and started doing chicken and other things. I've tried some other stuff that failed. I just took off the menu. But,
sure.
Well, it happened. That's how it happens, yeah.
It's funny how sometimes you think a certain product will do so well in Taiwan. Like, for example, with us, we have like a dish called enchiladas, right? And enchiladas are traditionally used with corn tortillas, right? But when we opened, we didn't have corn tortillas. We couldn't make them. We didn't know the process that we know now. But we made our own flour tortillas, and people just kept asking. They're like, just use the flour. And I'm like, no, that's kind of sacrilege. Yeah. You can't use the flour. That's the wrong way, because that's you're new in the business. And then eventually I said, okay, business sucks. Let's screw it. I'll just try it. So I did the exact same process, but with the flour tortilla, right? And it became our best seller by far.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loved it. Yeah. And I thought, okay, great. And eventually I had a friend that started to import sort of this corn flour from Mexico. Right now, what we do is we grind local corn, which is the best.
Okay.
Right? But at that time, I didn't know how to do that. So basically, we're like, okay, let's use the corn flour. Let's make, corn tortillas. And I was so excited. I said, oh, great. Now, if you like that, you're going to love the real way.
Yes.
The real corn tortilla enchiladas, right? And so I put them on the menu. I switched all the flour to corn, and our sales just went...
Again.
They went like... Everybody hated it.
Because of, is it Taiwanese people?
Taiwanese people, they hated it. They're like, we loved your, your previous enchiladas. What happened? And so when I switched it back, again, it went back up. And so now we have both options. But I thought, people love corn. Corn on everything here almost, right? Pizzas, whatever, right? So I thought the corn tortillas, huge seller. But actually, they weren't. So it's weird. You think that it would be, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to kind of go for the Taiwanese market if you want to.
Sure, you have to. Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes you do things you think, oh, this is gonna work, but it just doesn't work.
So, like, what do you think is sort of like a big challenge to, selling, the braai guy brand in Taiwan? What's kind of a challenge for you? Or just one? Doesn't have to be the biggest challenge.
Well.
If there's none, you can say that too.
No. There's always challenges. One of the things is trying to keep it as low cost as possible. But meat prices have gone up so much.
Yeah, man.
Since COVID, and I've been trying to keep my prices the same, but it's impossible. You can't.
It is impossible. Yeah.
And then. One of the biggest, the weather. The weather is very difficult. Making the things and keeping that temperature there all the time.
Okay. Needs to be at a certain temperature.
Have to be a certain temperature, yeah.
Okay.
And that's basically it. And getting the spices that you need in Taiwan is sometimes a little bit difficult.
Sure. Yeah.
And so all my things and all the spices and everything I do, I mix the spices myself. I don't, and everything is locally sourced.
That's the way
I don't
to do
want
it.
anything that I have to import.
Yeah.
Because let's say, maybe something happens and I have to wait 2 or 3 weeks for that.
Yeah.
So everything I make, I had to find all the spices and all the ingredients here in Taiwan, and then I grind it and I make it myself.
Beautiful. And that's like the carbon footprint is lower because it's all here already, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Similar to us, we love to do that. What about? Do you think Taiwanese people have sort of been accepting? Because I think Taiwan does have sort of like a jerky. Kind of a culture, but it's very sweet.
It's very different.
Very, very different. So how do you think that Taiwanese are kind of reacting? I mean, you've been doing it now for a while.
Yeah.
But how do you think that they're reacting now to your meats, to the South African style?
Okay, so if I just give this, and this is with all my products that I make, the sausages, the biltong, or anything. If I just give it to a Taiwanese person and say, taste this,
Yes.
they will see the sausage, they will take a bite, and immediately,
Whoa.
I don't like it.
Okay.
Immediately, because their sausages are so sweet and they have a different idea in their head of what is a sausage supposed to taste like.
Yep.
But if I go and I say, hey, listen, this is not Taiwanese sausage.
Okay.
This is a whole different flavor.
Yeah.
Try this. It is more salty. It is not. It's completely different. And I kind of open their mind to it first.
Okay.
And then they try it. And then they are more accepting.
Got it.
To it.
So there's a process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to kind of get them ready for this different taste. And it's the same thing that happened to me in Taiwan when I bit into the first Taiwan sausage.
Yeah, me too.
And like, whoa, what is this, right? And I couldn't eat it for a long time. But now I'm over that and I can actually enjoy a sweet Taiwanese sausage.
Yeah.
I also find that the Taiwanese that buy my products are Taiwanese that have been to South Africa before.
Big difference. Yeah.
So they are there. They got used to biltong and I miss biltong so much and I'm so glad I found you.
Nice.
So there's a difference between Taiwanese and then the Aboriginals.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me
Because
about that.
they eat different kind of foods, right? So
Sure.
And in the Aboriginals, they eat also more salty food than Taiwanese.
Got it.
So Aboriginals take to my food more easily than the regular Taiwanese. Yeah.
Okay. And I think in Hualien, there's a lot of Aboriginals, right?
There's
It
a lot of
seems to be.
Aboriginals. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot, and also, I mean, biltong and beer.
Yes.
goes very well.
Yeah, it does.
If you have a bit of biltong and a bit of beer, it's also always a good combination.
That's beautiful, man. So Taiwanese that have traveled to South Africa, they're missing it. Seems like, yeah. Okay.
They're missing it. But my Taiwanese sales, because when I started, I used to sell through Facebook only.
Sure. Yeah.
And then people would message me and I had to do the order manually. So I was on my phone the whole time, every day, just messaging people. And then I got a website built, and the website is bilingual.
Dual language website. Yep.
So since I've done that, my Taiwanese clientele has gone up quite a bit.
Beautiful. Okay.
Quite a bit, yeah.
I actually have to say, one of the great things that you do is, I think, the COD.
Yeah.
It seems like a small thing, but if I'm looking at the menu, sometimes I'll see, I want to order something else online, and I'll go on there, and they're like, we don't accept this. We only accept bank transfer. Then I do know how to do that, but then I just have to, I have to go to the wife, I'm like, I don't want to do it. And I'll be like, okay, I'll tell the restaurant, okay, let's do this, transfer this. And it just becomes this like friction point, this hassle of like, forget it. I'm like thinking, I want it, but I don't want it that bad. But like for you, when you order, you just go on, order everything up, COD, it arrives, you pay, done. Which is, for me, it sounds like something small, but it's huge for me. Yeah.
I think that was a big turn in the business too. Yeah, when I got the COD, because before, like I said, on Facebook, before I had this and before I had the contract with the delivery company, everything had to be wire transferred.
Yeah, that's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and then I have to, like, I've got all these orders, but people forget to pay.
Yeah,
and I cannot send it. I don't want to send it out.
Yep. Yeah.
But I also don't want to not send it out because they're my friends. But then if I do send it out, then I have to remind them to pay me. And
that's a pain in the ass,
and it's always, I didn't like that. So the COD was a very good option. And it's very
beautiful.
Yeah, this is the Black Cat company that does
great.
that.
Yeah.
And right now, the new thing is the 7-Eleven delivery that we have.
That's big right now. Yeah. Okay.
And that's also changed a lot. A lot of people, because before I had this problem, like, but I'm only at work until this time, but they only deliver that time.
Yeah.
And then I have to phone and try to figure out, and I'm sitting in Hualien, and this is in Taipei, and I have to figure out how to to get their packages to them.
And it's raining or something.
Yeah.
The driver calls in sick or something.
Yeah,
It takes an extra day. You're sitting there. We actually do hot sauce, right? And we ship that kind of all over the island. And we actually have that issue. You know, someone will be like, hey, I want about 2 bottles of hot sauce to Kaohsiung. And we're like, okay, we'll send them down. And then it's like that chicken or the egg, you know, should we just send it first and just hope he pays, you know, or or he has to pay first and hope we send, you know, it's kind of like it's the chicken or the egg game, right? It's like, this is ridiculous. Yeah. So the COD is huge. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good thing.
So do you feel kind of like with the Bry Guy brand, you are kind of bridging Taiwan and South African sort of cultures? Do you think there's any kind of a bridge that kind of you're doing with that?
Bridging the cultures.
I mean, it's quite a different culture for sure.
It's a very different culture, and
maybe the Aboriginal culture.
Yeah, but like I said before, my target market wasn't really Taiwanese. It is more the foreigners here.
Sure, of
but
course.
But it is happening. It is definitely happening that I've had a group of people come here when I took them out for river tracing and stuff, and they came here. And I had a South African braai for them. South African barbecue.
I love that. That's great.
For them. And it was the first time that they've ever tasted it. And these were Taiwanese, never had any experience with like a foreign barbecue. So, and I did it our style.
That's beautiful.
And they loved it.
Yes.
They really loved it because they went back, and then 2 weeks later I had a group of 30 people.
That's beautiful.
That wanted to come to Taiwan, and it's just because they saw the pictures of their friends.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the best marketing.
Yeah.
Right. So do you get to post those on I mean, your website, but like Instagram, or what kind of ways do you kind of market right now, the Bry Guy?
Right now, I just post on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram, and a lot of the times now it's just word of mouth.
All word of mouth.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's the best.
Sapphire Fest is one of my big advertising places where I go, and it's the only kind of festival that I do now. I used to do Canada Day. I used to do all the festivals. I just kind of scale down. I just do Sapphire Fest. That's the only one I do right now. And then these barbecues and these people, there's river tracing and stuff. And that's but that's then more getting into the Taiwanese market.
I think you touched on something kind of struck a nerve with me. I think the festivals, like we've been, again, the restaurant maybe 16 years or something like that. And when it started, we used to always, go to all the festivals, and I think they're a lot of work to bring all your stuff here and to do, all that. But it seems like we're always losing money. We always lose money at festivals, right?
Yes.
And then it's hard because you get new people that come in and they're like, hey, why don't you do the big taco day? Why don't you do Canada Day? Why don't you do that? Because we have done so many festivals. I mean, it's been 16 years or so since, when did we start? 2000, I don't even remember what year we started, but it's been a while. And it's always like, I help out a German friend who does a couple of Christmas festivals.
Okay.
Those ones are packed, and those two, they make huge money. But even them, they say that those are like the big ones.
Yeah.
And the other ones, they kind of just lose money. And I'd rather just hang out with my kid, than lose money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather, come out to Hualien for a few days than, go lose money somewhere. People always say, oh, it's part of the marketing, it's part of the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But that seems like...
It is part of the marketing.
Yeah.
For me, it's also kind of a different story because I have to go over the mountain.
True.
So for me to take everything, and I have to pack everything in that van there and go, and it's frozen stuff, and I have to keep it cold. It's quite a big mission, actually, to do it. And then I always feel like I like it. I like going there. I like to actually finally, meet the people face to face.
That's great. Yeah, like I got to meet you. It was awesome.
Like people come to, I buy so much off you, and then it's the first time I've actually met them face to face. And then we have this conversation and this talk, and I really, really like interacting with the people that
I love that
buy from me, right? So that part I like, but going there, packing everything up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got limited space, and as soon as I go to these festivals and I take everything, then my website is empty.
Okay. Oh yeah, true.
Right, because I take everything there, but I don't have anything over here, or I leave some here, but I don't take enough for the festival.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I
you
sell
sell
out.
out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
sell
yeah.
out. Yeah, in the early afternoon, and I sell out, and people are a little bit upset.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, selling out's a good thing because there's been many festivals where I've went.
Yeah.
And you know,
And you have to bring back.
the organizers
Yeah.
are like, there's going to be 50,000 people here.
Yeah.
And you go and there's
Yeah.
500 people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've been to a few of those.
you go to those. There's a couple coming up. There's even one I believe this weekend, which is a huge one, which is great. But it's also like you still get to that point where you got to be there. It's super hot. People don't come out till it's dark. And then if it's one of those festivals where there's so many vendors,
Yeah.
you just get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And you end up being like, I should have just came here to drink beer
Yeah.
than actually selling stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at with most of the festivals. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, the same thing. When it comes to Sapphire Fest, people know I'm there, and I go specifically just to quickly go buy the biltong.
Got it.
And
yeah.
then usually by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm done.
Clean up, have a
and then
couple
I can
beers.
relax. And then
Yeah.
this is my kind of vacation time.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
But when
yeah.
I go to something like Canada Day, people don't really know biltong, and I'm not that
True.
well known. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
walk by and see and maybe buy one bag.
Yeah.
Where at Sapphire Fest, people will go, oh, okay, with no shipping, let's buy 10.
Yeah.
Just buy as much as possible.
Because you can sit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
okay.
keep it in your freezer.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Like I was telling you the story. I heard. Drickus Duplessis who was comparing it, and I thought I gotta try that because I've heard from many South African friends that it's superior, right? And I'm like, I don't know where to get it. And then they all recommended you, and I thought, okay, great. And then we had it. We thought this is great. But actually, what I really liked was the Droevers. Droevers was
Yes.
great.
Yes.
And there was also like a spicy version of it, I think, which is probably our favorite.
Okay.
Because like I'm Mexican, right? My wife is Hakka. We always eat spicy. My daughter grew up eating, spicy everything. So she would take, when she goes to school, like her snacks, if it's not Mexican food, it'll be like prosciutto and then, some of your biltong and stuff. And Taiwanese people are like, whoa, all the kids are like, what is that? And she's just, munching on
nice.
all the good stuff, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And so people bite it. And even the kids, they're like, this is great. Where'd you get this? And she's like, my dad. So I believe that it's something that
the spicy one
it seems healthy as well.
Yeah.
Like, because meat is, I
Yeah.
know there's always that, argument, but it seems like meat is a good thing.
It's a good thing,
Yeah.
and the way we make it is pretty healthy. Maybe the only thing is the salt content is a little
Okay.
bit high.
Okay.
But I think it's a really great snack for people who want to diet and who wants to, some people want to who exercise or they
Sure.
go on hikes,
A lot of
along
protein. Yep.
bicycle tracks and stuff.
Yeah.
And to have a pack of biltong with you, it's easy
beautiful.
to store.
It's
and you
also
can take it out.
quite, what's the word? Satiating, right?
Yeah.
It's like filling
Yeah.
and satisfying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I had, so maybe about a year ago, I had an ABC guy on the podcast who had switched over to the carnivore diet.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
he'd been doing that for about 6 months.
Okay.
And he dropped a whole bunch of weight and he's like jacked and he's like super fit and super healthy. And I had a customer that watched that. And also my customer was a German guy, Germans, a lot of pretzels, a lot of carbs and stuff, a lot of beer. And he switched over to that because of the podcast. I connected these two guys and the German guy switched to pretty much carnivore. Sometimes he's off of it because nobody's perfect, but he's off all of his like blood, pressure medication. He's off of all of his meds, and he's dropped a whole bunch of weight. He looks great, looks super healthy.
Yeah,
and there's got to be something there, right?
I mean, if you think about it, if you sit at night watching TV or watching Netflix or sitting playing your phone. And you have a pack of biltong with you instead of a packet of chips with you. I mean, obviously it's much more healthy than the chips.
For sure. Yeah. The chips that's all the worst stuff combined, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about like next step? Like, do you want to kind of start getting like, I think Shopee is a big one right now. Shopee, I don't know about Hualien, but in Taipei, Shopee's massive. People are getting how can I say, I want to say lazy, used to convenience.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody just goes to Shopee.
Yeah.
You know, I think shopping malls are kind of like winding down, it seems like.
Yeah.
So could that be an option for you, maybe, like a Shopee? I know you probably have to go through
No, I already
protocols,
have.
or do you
I
have
already
it?
have everything set up.
Okay.
I just, yeah, I at the moment I need to scale up.
Got it. Okay.
Before I can do it, because at the moment I'm almost at a point that I cannot really keep up with demand.
Oh.
And so if
Okay.
I go, because of my storage space is limited,
it. Oh.
I will need to go to a bigger place. I will need to get a warehouse
I
space
understand.
and walk-in freezers and everything. So I will have
That's
to
a big
scale up before I do that. I did create the Shopee account. I've got it. And I actually gave it to my son to run. I said, hey, listen, you run the Shopee thing.
Yeah.
But we need to figure out how to do this, because you
Yeah.
cannot sell all my stock here and then all of a sudden I have nothing, and people
Yeah.
go on my website and they try to sell. So that's a little bit of a
Okay.
tricky thing to manage both.
Sure.
Because one will take my stock away, and then my website will say, oh, I've got 20 left.
Sold out.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
It is
Okay.
there. It is there, set up, and it is in the back of my mind.
Okay.
But at the moment, I'm not able to do it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also a lot of extra pressure and a lot of extra stress if you want to go and buy, or whatever, get a physical bigger location and all that stuff, because then the overhead goes up, and then so I get that for sure.
Yeah, no, I've also been hopping from one place to another place. After I closed my school,
Yeah.
I kind of made that my place, but
Got
then
it.
that place the rent was way too high, because it was a 3-story building and I only need
Okay.
one floor.
Got it.
And then I moved to a place out by the lake, and I was there for like 2 years, and then the landlord sold the land, and then I had to move here. So like every 2 years I have to move
Okay,
and
okay.
set everything up again and get everything ready, and so after this place, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but then I'll probably go and get a big warehouse. And,
Okay.
and then that's a big step. That's the next step.
How is rental sort of properties and stuff in Hualien?
Pretty expensive.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
pretty expensive. It was pretty hard to find a place where I can do what I'm doing and also have this area, because this is very important for me.
Yeah, I understand.
As a South African, I think most of Africans will understand that we need a place where we can have a braai. We can make a fire, we can have a braai. So to find a place like this, I was very lucky. But
Okay.
this place was very old. I will take you for a tour later. It's very old, very rundown, very ugly, very dirty. I had to break everything out.
Okay.
I had to spend quite a bit of money to renovate this place and make it kind of, workable.
Usable,
in
what you
here.
need. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, beautiful. I can't wait to go check it out. I will do that in a couple minutes. Maybe, do you have any advice for anybody who kind of wants to start their own business, from, something like you, maybe not braai or maybe not biltong, anything like that, but something like they have their own, an idea of something they want to bring and kind of start a small business with in Taiwan?
Well, yeah, I think if you want to start a business, I think most people focus on how much money they need to start the business.
Got it,
And that's not even the issue, right? If you want to start a business, start small.
Yeah.
If you have to start small. But also, don't expect that you're going to make money the first year or 2 years.
Or
even,
5 or 10.
Or 5. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But keep going, persistent, right? Just keep going and keep grinding. And at the end of the day, I think owning your own business, it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
It's so much more rewarding than working for somebody else. So if you really do want to do that, all you have to do, head down and keep going. Don't give up.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I think we got pretty much all the stuff we need, but maybe we can look into the camera, let them know how they can find you.
Okay, right. If you want to find me, you can go to the website. You can either go to my Facebook page at BraaiGuyTW or IG at BraaiGuyTW as well. BraaiGuy is BraaiGuyTW. Or you can go straight to my website and order there, and that is thebraaiguy.com. Now, again, Braai, BRAAI, braaiguy.com.
Beautiful, and we'll put links for that in the description below. Man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I can't wait to get some food here, and we'll see you guys next week. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.